Good day everyone, and welcome to the Shadowbringers job introductions, this time featuring the Dark Knight. The Sentinels of Ishgard have received notable changes this expansion, thanks to the overhauling of tanking actions. Before we begin, it's important to clarify that the old Dark Arts no longer exists, and that any actions previously affected by it no longer carry its effects. Starting with their streamlined rotation, we have the old Hard Slash, followed by Siphon Strike, into Soul Eater, now lacking the aforementioned benefits of Dark Arts. Similar to other tanks, the enmity-specific actions Spinning Slash and Power Slash are no longer present, leaving Dark Knights with only one single-target combo. However, the ability Carve and Spit is still very much present, now dealing even more base damage and restoring MP unconditionally. With regards to their AoE actions, we have the new and improved Unleash, no longer boasting increased enmity, but dealing significantly more damage and being cost-free. In addition, Unleash now leads into the new action Stalwart Soul, dealing even more damage, restoring MP, and increasing the blood gauge. The usual suspects, Salted Earth and Abyssal Drain, have also survived the overhaul, further boosting the Dark Knight's AoE capabilities. However, Dark Passenger did not share the same fate, and was not deemed worthy of being in the newest expansion. Fueled by the old blood gauge, we have Blood Spiller for single targets, and Quietus for multiple enemies, both of which remained largely unchanged, save for minor potency adjustments. Blood Weapon, on the other hand, now generates significantly more blood gauge, in addition to restoring MP with all offensive actions. And the new Delirium now nullifies the cost of both Blood Spiller and Quietus for its duration, allowing the Dark Knight to execute them multiple times in succession. Lastly, the new level 80 ability, Living Shadow, also being tied to the blood gauge, allows Dark Knights to summon their dark side, aiding them in battle for a generous 24 seconds. The old dark side was also subjected to a rework in this expansion, now no longer being an active ability, but rather a buff granted by executing specific actions. Among them, we have Flood of Shadow, dealing damage to a single target, and Flood of Darkness, striking all enemies in a straight line. These actions, however, cost a significant amount of MP to cast, and it'll be up to players to manage their MP restoring actions so that Dark Side can be maintained. The ability The Blackest Night also comes with a hefty MP cost, but should a well-timed barrier be fully absorbed, the next Flood of Shadow or Flood of Darkness becomes free to cast. And lastly, at level 74, Flood of Shadow and Flood of Darkness receive a significant potency boost with the upgrade into Edge of Shadow and Edge of Darkness. Moving on to their mitigation and party utility, the old Tank Stance Grit has now been replaced by a simple toggle to increase enmity generation. The mitigation previously provided by Grit is now present across all tanks as the new trait Tank Mastery, starting from level 1. The Dark Knight's iconic Shadow Wall and Living Dead abilities remain unchanged. And in addition to the old Dark Mind for magic mitigation, Dark Knights now also have the new Dark Missionary, protecting the entire party against magic damage. However, not all actions survive the overhaul, and among them we have Blood Price and the Not So Soul Survivor. Joining them are the role actions Anticipation, Awareness, Ultimatum, and Convalescence, none of which were able to become what they must. While overwhelming at first, the overhaul of abilities places Dark Knight in a much better position than it used to be. But how do you feel about these changes? Let me know in the comments below, but until then, I hope to see you on the next job introduction.